All right. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody, to this week's Black Belt Newscast. It is October 10th, and
Wow.
we are moving along into the fall. I wish the weather would catch up with the calendar. I'm Cindy, I'm publisher,
I'm Todd. I'm a writer, reporter.
and you're here in our office,
Yeah, I'm at the office in the Queen City in Selma.
and I'm in Marengo County today. We've got football tonight, so just
Yeah.
keeping up on the rest of the fall activities that we have going on in the Black Belt. I always like to start by saying that our stories come from blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. We are your regional news source for the Black Belt. Right now, we cover 6 counties: Dallas, Perry, Marengo, Wilcox, Lowndes, Montgomery, but we are not a border hound. If you want to send us stuff from other counties, we do a lot in Clark. We do quite a
Hail.
bit in Sumter now and Hale. So if you want to
Hmm.
send your content, let us share it with everyone. We want to be a platform where we get to share all the great stuff that's going on in the Black Belt with each other. You can also be a community correspondent and write for us. You can send your news so that it gets noticed and we can talk about it on the newscast to news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. And most importantly, you need to sign up for our daily newsletter. It's so easy.
Yeah.
All you have to do is go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. It will ask you in the first couple of seconds, and you just fill it out. And it's free. We do not charge for our content. We have no paywall. So 3 o'clock every day, you get the headlines. Click on it and find out what's going on in your neighborhood. It's that easy.
That's
You
easy.
can also visit our calendar. This has all the information that's going on in the Black Belt. Some of it kind of gathered itself. Some of it you guys have input, and that I always encourage. It is
Yeah.
free. You could promote it for a few extra dollars if you want, but add your events to our calendar. And you also, if you're in need, if you have any food insecurities, there are food giveaway days listed in this calendar, and it says what days you need to beware in order to get some help. And if there's any kind of water filtration giveaway days, because I know we have issues with our water here, we have that on our calendar too.
Right.
And also, we always talk about how we like to take donations. We are a nonprofit newsroom and doing this for you guys. And we do have some advertising, but otherwise, we are going to rely on the community to help support what we're doing here at the Black Belt News Network. And we're covering this stuff every single day for you guys and not charging for the content because we want everyone, regardless of income, to have access to the news. All
Yes. They
right. And
all need
also,
it.
I can take comments, I can see your comments. So let me know what you've got going on, what you want us to talk about, or just say hi. And wherever you're watching us right now, just hit a comment on there and I will see it and we'll talk. All right.
Excuse me.
Let's get started with the news.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Our first story, let's talk about healthcare.
Healthcare.
Jackson Hospital in Montgomery has had some issues with staying afloat, but
Yeah.
the city council for Montgomery met on Tuesday and have agreed to help with a loan for the struggling Jackson healthcare. And the agreement is an operational agreement, and it's with Jackson Investment Group. And the city council approved this during its meeting, where they will be helping with some loan funding, but they did not say how much yet.
Mm.
So that is information that is to come when they didn't set an amount. But there was a lot of discussion about how much they need to help. The fact that Montgomery does not have their tax system set up so that they take in funds that specifically are earmarked for healthcare. Maybe that's something they discussed, maybe they need to do. And
Mhm.
that, and then there was a lot of discussion about how the closure of Jackson Hospital in Montgomery affects the Black Belt in our rural regions, because we have a lot of folks that come to Montgomery for the larger care that we don't
Yeah.
have in
That's
our smaller markets. So it's kind of a key hospital for the Black Belt, and we want to see it continue to serve the area. So, and there's also talk. The mayor Stephen Reed had asked, the commission, the Montgomery County Commission, and other city councils and commissions that benefit from Jackson Hospital should also consider helping financially to keep this hospital open.
a possibility.
Healthcare came up a lot at the Alabama Tom Bigby Regional Commission annual meeting that I attended um, on Wednesday. It was a really great event. I'm so glad I could make it to this event because it had a lot of really important folks that were that are leaders in our community. Let me see if I can get this video. Here we go.
There it is.
So, I mean, we had lawmakers from basically every Black Belt county was here, from Choctaw to Marengo, Dallas, because you see Jimmy Nunn up here was there. And I love this organization because they do funding for important projects. They had a lot of major discussions about healthcare came up because Jackson Hospital is not the only one struggling. There's a good 30 hospitals in the state that are at risk. That is John Clyde Riggs. We just talked about him last. That's Noopy behind him, enjoying the fun of honoring his friend. But the healthcare came up quite a bit because there are several hospitals that are struggling. The hospital in Thomasville is closed right now, even though it's got state-of-the-art equipment inside. Pickens County, their hospital's been closed for several years, and that one came up in the discussion of what it takes to keep these hospitals open. They also talked about Highway 43, saying no discussion of it potentially closed or not happening. None of that's true, and that they have checked and gotten, and this was from lawmaker Albritton, that was their key speaker. And then, as we had talked about, they talked a lot about the healthcare high school and the importance of that coming to Demopolis, and how it will be bringing up and teaching future healthcare workers that will hopefully stay in the Black Belt after they get their education in Demopolis, with the partnership with Whitfield Regional Hospital. And I know you went to a meeting this week for the Alabama School of Healthcare Sciences. They're starting their recruitment efforts for students.
Yeah, it was the first of a series of informational meetings. They're going to go all around the state to large and small communities and explain what they're exactly doing. That is the president of the school, Mr. Dr. Jimmy Martin. And of course, there's a small but intense group of people there, of educators and parents. That is the Dean of Students, Mr. Antonio Cooper. He was explaining what it's going to be like for students to live there. Because as you remember, this is a residential high school. And they spoke about all the different things that a parent and an educator would need to know to prepare their students and to get their students enrolled and ready for the Alabama School of Healthcare Science. That's the staff that were on hand at that first meeting. There's going to be more of these meetings around the state, and probably more right here in our coverage area in Dallas, Marengo, Perry, Wilcox. They're going to meet in all the different towns, including large cities. But this isn't just for rural. Their idea is and they explained, is to bring students to a rural community, teach them how to do healthcare stuff, and then even include some of the stuff like administrative, teaching the administrative side of healthcare as well. And then hopefully they will, like the rural area enough, and many of them being from rural areas, will go back to their home and stay in those areas and help help with the healthcare crisis that we have, where so many of the healthcare workers are going to bigger cities or leaving the rural areas. So that was the first of many meetings. Of course, we'll let everybody know when the other ones are coming up, because they're going to let us know that.
Yeah, and it's similar to the School of Fine Arts in
Right.
Birmingham and the Math and Science School, which is also doing their recruitment meetings right now too.
You know,
So
it's
there's
funny you said that, because
specialty.
Miss Miles from Selma, I forget her first name, but
Tanya Moore?
yeah. She was there and was saying that her daughter went to the School of Math and Science,
Yes.
and so she is a very big proponent of this style of high school, and she was there to find out more information so she can pass it on to the Selma High School students. So that was another good positive, that the students in all the local counties are going to get that information.
All right, let's stay on education for another second and talk about the School of Discovery. Now, this is in Selma,
Hmm.
first school they've built in a long time. And in our market, it's the only school being built from scratch that we know of. $17 million project. And it has been a discussion about who's going to attend this school. It was sixth grade only, and the parents and stakeholders have been polled and lots of meetings about what do they want it to be. So they've talked about fourth grade through sixth grade, fifth grade, um, sixth grade, and that is the decision was made, and the board approved it with one dissension to be fifth and sixth grades. That means that the schools in Selma before next fall will be, the elementary schools will all be shifted to being K through 4, and all fifth and sixth graders will go to School of Discovery starting in the fall.
Wow.
So it's very interesting to see this change. I know there's been some talk about, especially sixth grade, separating them from the little guys, but also
Hmm.
from the middle school,
Yeah.
where kids get older in sixth grade and eighth grade, just in that maturing level is drastically different. So this is what they decided to do. Fifth grade and sixth grade at School of Discovery. We will keep you posted on the changes for the other schools, but this is just something to keep noticed. And we talked several weeks ago about Selma schools also talking about right sizing the campuses and whether some of these, so the shift of students going to School of Discovery might change the attendance numbers and your enrollment numbers for some of the smaller schools that might be at the borderline of whether they're going to stay open or not. So, just going to keep that discussion going. We'll return to that one when it comes, when we have more information.
All
Why
right.
don't you tell us a little bit about the new autism support group for Black Belt
Yeah,
families?
I got to meet with the most wonderful couple, Chris and Paige Harris. They're Dallas County natives. They live in Valley Grande, and I went and we met at Valley Grande Park and talked about a group they're starting called Friends of Olivia. They have a 3-year-old daughter who has been diagnosed with autism, and they discovered quickly, as many of families like my own who have family members and children on the autism spectrum, there's not a lot of help and support in these rural communities in the Black Belt. So they have started the group Friends of Olivia to give families with autistic children and adults some of the support and help become a clearinghouse of resources for autism. And one of the first things they're going to do, they have a number of events coming up, but one of the first events they've got is coming up a week from Saturday, a week from tomorrow. It's October 18th. It is a sensory appropriate autism fall festival. It's for kids and adults with autism. There's going to be a number of different activities that will be, taken into consideration the sensory aspect. There's also going to be a place where if any of them are overstimulated, a little quiet room where they can go and calm down. That is going to be October 18th from 3 to 6. It's at 4209 Highway 22 in Valley Grande. It's right near the Dollar General. Paige said that there's going to be plenty of signage. So if you have a child or an adult in your family on the autism spectrum, this may be a good way for them to not only get out and do something other than sit around the house all day, but get them a chance to meet other people. And because there's a lot of
Yeah.
these families that are only realizing, gosh, I'm not the only one in Dallas or Perry, or because they're going to the surrounding counties, Dallas, Perry, Wilcox, Autauga, all these surrounding counties. They're wanting to draw from there and help those families as well. So again, that's October 18, 3 to 6 p.m., 4209 Highway 22, right near the Dollar General in Valley Grande.
All right. Well, there's another event coming up. I believe it's the same Saturday.
It is the same Saturday. It's a little bit different. It's from 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 Saturday at Phoenix Park on Water Avenue in Selma. It is Marcus's Selma Rising Mural Festival. And last year they did the Mural Festival. That's Trey Taylor. I talked to him literally just about an hour ago. We finished our interview over at Mural at Phoenix Park. And last year's festival was such a big success, they decided, that's some pictures from last year, they decided to do it again. And what this is they have artists from around the state. There's two Selma art. Matter of fact, one of the artists that's going to be there this year is A.C. Reeves' daughter.
Oh, Ann Smith.
Yeah, Ann Reeves Smith. Yeah, she's going to be there. Then there's a number of other artists. This year there's 8 artists that will be coming in, and they will be sketching out Friday night the murals, and then Saturday the public is invited to come and help them paint those murals on those white boards you see in the background. And then they'll take all those and put them. Matter of fact, the ones that were done last year are awaiting to be installed in the different wards in Selma. And Trey explains in the interview, which I'll get all put together and we'll post it, I don't know, this weekend. He explains that they're going to light those murals so that when you go through the wards in the evening, you'll be able to see these beautiful multicolored murals and whatnot. So it's just a great way to bring community together. And that interview will be coming up. He's got a lot of neat things to say about it. So second annual, that's this coming Saturday, a week from tomorrow, the 18th.
Yeah, I went last year.
Yeah, you did.
And
we were there together.
my Rotary, I'm president of Rotary Selma, and we had a lot of folks come out and paint at volunteering because we enjoy it. And it was really great. All right.
It was a lot of fun.
It's time for the Black Belt Roundup. So we have some serious stuff in our roundup, and we have some event stuff in our roundup as well. Did want to say a big hope you get better, get well to our Dallas County Sheriff, Mike Grantham.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about that.
Well, he had a medical emergency Monday. He was taken to the hospital. And Tuesday, he would, according to Chief Deputy Hatfield, who is the acting sheriff right now, the medical emergency was handled. It was taken care of, and he's been recuperating. And I was waiting on a call to get today's update, but the last update is the sheriff is recuperating fine, and that there will be a press release or more information released later on this week or into next week. So I say, if it's going to be later on this week, it needs to be right now, but we'll look for it.
So he's out for a little while as he heals.
He's going to be out
and
for a little bit. So yeah,
okay.
but thank the Lord, he's doing okay, and everything looks like it's going to be fine.
I did want to share. Last week there was a Freedom Fest, Freedom Day, and this is. I'm going to have him talk for a second, and then I'll explain what it is.
I'm from an attorney from Atlanta, Georgia, and just very honored to be here today for a day commemorating the Selma Freedom Day on October 7, 1963, and that's also celebrating the life of my father, Worth Long, who was instrumental in helping the local people of Selma organize for that event. Thank you.
So that was from Valencia Benjamin, one of our awesome community correspondents. And William Long is the son of a civil rights helper, activist that actually did. Freedom Day was in Selma, and it was a day where a lot of youth were involved in marching against segregation. It was on October 7th, and I think he said 1963, and they were moved by the 16th Street church bombing that happened in Birmingham, and it killed 4 little girls. And it really, as you can see, it trickled. It had a trickle effect.
Right.
And that was why they ended up having this Freedom Day. And they tried to go to Carter Drug at the time, was a drugstore that was segregated, and several businesses where they tried to push for integration. So big deal day for Selma history. And
Yeah.
they recognize that at Elwood Christian Academy, which is now over at Meadowview's
Elwood at
site.
Meadowview. Yeah.
They had a really great day of education about it and information on this day. Great lessons to be learned from people that are either still around or close, and telling the stories of what happened.
We mean, or close, meaning they're about, they got one
Meaning
foot in
the
grave,
sun.
close, still around, almost.
Yeah, almost.
I love that. That's funny.
Wish they still were.
Yeah.
Okay, so we also had the candy walk. I'm going to show that. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Valencia put this in over at Foot Soldiers Park. Candy walk. This is their 7th year. I don't remember the date, but they've done this every year, and they, the kids, you'll see here in a second, that they do pickup basketball games at this place all the time, but even this day as well. And see, they get in line and they get candy from different agencies and learn a little bit more about what services are around for them. And these kids just want candy. And you see some fun pictures where they have bags on their heads.
Yes. Only servers that worried about it. Give me some candy.
Yeah, they just want the candy. And that would be me too, wanting candy. All right. So that was a fun day last Saturday. Oh yeah, let me change over to this week was a busy week for Demopolis and Christmas on the River. Yeah, I know it sounds like Christmas is a little ways away, but they do still host the Christmas on the River pageant. It started last Saturday or Sunday, and they named Ellie K here in the red. Ellie K Meadows was named and crowned Miss Christmas on the River for 2025. And so she'll get to reign for the next 2 months, I guess. And Christmas on the River is the first Saturday of December. And I know almost all these girls, actually, sweet girls. And Ellie K, I know her too. She works with my daughter. She cheers with my daughter. Sweet girl. And let me show you. So that's the court for Christmas on the River. For the big girls. Here's the junior miss. What do they call it? Young miss. Winner was let's see, what is her name? Lila Faith Carter in the yellow in the middle. How about that? I love the yellow.
Yeah.
And here's the little miss. How cute are they?
Yeah.
And the little winner in the middle is Iris Ann Catherine Smelly. There she is. And her court. All right. I just thought that was sweet.
That reminds me of one of the things that you'll hear in the interview with the Harrises, with the Autism Support Group, is Paige is actually going to help head up the pageant at the West Alabama Fair at Lions Park in Selma. And this year they're adding a special a pageant for special kids.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah, it'll be the first year.
It's going to be so fun. My daughter wants to be a teacher, and she loves special classes. They are so sweet.
We're going to talk to them too about that more.
Oh, that sounds great.
I got one thing for the roundup. I just want to remind everybody that coming up on October 25th, which is 2 weeks from tomorrow, is the big classic car show and shine trunk or treat at Dave's Market on Highway 22. It'll start at 8 in the morning, go till 3 in the afternoon. And this is to support and to help benefit the Arise Male to Men Mentoring program that's in Selma, and Selma Elementary Schools, trying to keep young boys on the straight and narrow and help their families as well. So that's October 25th at Dave's Market. Bring your car out. Come out. Ma'am?
You'll have a trunk for the trunk or treat, won't you?
Oh,
You'll be there?
I'm actually heading the whole thing up. So I'm going to bring out more than one car. Well, if they're still running by then, who knows with my cars.
Classic cars.
Yeah, a lot of classic cars. But you know what? If you have a motorcycle, a pickup, even if it's not necessarily a classic, but it's just something you'd like to come and talk about your cars and meet some of these kids and see the mentors and see how well the system works and how these kids are growing up well. And most of these kids don't have father figures. And so this is kind of putting that figure in their life. And we need to, raise some funds to help support that and help services for the families. And we're going to just do it by having fun, talking about no trophies, no classes, just having fun day. Everybody get together with your family and talk about cars and eat a bunch of candy. And then we're going to send the kids home after that.
Candy.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to fill them full of
Send the
candy.
kids home.
Yeah. That's going to be a fun day.
Well, we love doing this newscast every week.
Yeah.
And we will be back again next week. That is like all the stories we have for this week, but we have so much more coming.
And we're already working on next week. So good stuff is in the works.
We will see you guys next Friday for the next edition of the Black Belt Newscast.
Have a great week.